All right, positive energy all the time. We're going to do a little politics. Come on in, come on in. We got Lighton, Alabama in the building. Everybody on Facebook. Everybody on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and my other Facebook. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. We got San Jose in the building. Rep your city, rep your city. Represent your city. Gonna talk a little politics. A lot's going on with the political situation. A lot is going on. We got Atlanta in the building. Everything's moving along, moving along. Moving along. Represent your city. Represent your city. We got Chicago in the building. Rock Love, what's up? Salute, salute. As we talk about what's going on politically in Chicago, Illinois, and really in the United States. Kansas City in the building, a great city. Kansas City is a very great city. It sits right there in the middle of Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. Out of all the cities I've been to so far, Kansas City had the highest ratio of extremely beautiful and fine black women. Maybe it's because they were from both sides of the state when I went to an event. They used to have a reggae concert there, a reggae festival every year. So I guess because they're coming from two states, I would imagine. Yeah, great city, great memories. I had a beautiful queen from there. I lost track of her when I went to the county jail. Oh boy. I got out the county jail, didn't know where she was. My book is fire. I can't wait. I will be out of town writing. Finally, I got kickback. I wasn't able to go write. Life be lifing. But if life is lifing, you just stay positive. So yeah, I'm going to knock out a large portion of this book. I will be out of town probably 3 months, the least 2 months. So I'm trying to do 3 months, maybe 4 months, depending if I have to come here to Chicago to take care of some business. So it'll be 3 months and out of town in Arizona. Very hard to get away. If you only knew. But I'm going to force the issue. Got a lot to talk about. I'm talking about Flip Chicago Red. Ooh. And this one I be talking about. You can't depend on consistent commentary from me that's always the same. I don't feel, I never put myself in a situation where I got to say the same thing. Because if I have to say the same thing, that doesn't allow adaptation, that doesn't allow growth, that doesn't allow me to update new information. So you can't expect me to say the same thing year after year after year. That's why I'm the realest alive. Some people, they just gonna stick with what they said, regardless if it's beneficial for the community. They're just trying to stay stuck on what they've been on. Good to see you, G Rod, my brother from Nigeria. Salute. So some people, they don't change. I will change. I will say something, and next month I will say something different. If I believe something different, I won't just flip flop to be popular. I don't flip flop. I just update my information. So one thing I've learned by spreading information is don't ever be stuck. No, because I don't really care about red and blue. I'm not a red and blue person. I don't really care. I'm not into red and blue like that. I don't really believe that concept like that. I don't believe a Republican mayor means, oh God. I don't believe that. I don't buy into that. If a Republican mayor wins today, everybody got to go to work next week the same way. Everybody got to pay their bills the same way. Everybody got to pretty much do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I support Chicago flipping red. My last vote was for Harris, as I've said so many times, but that wasn't a political vote because I don't always vote political. I'll vote racial. So I'll vote because you're black. Not if you're just horrible. I won't vote for anybody if you're horrible. But if you're decent and you're black, I'll vote black. Last presidential election, I voted female. Yeah, I just voted female. I wanted to see the female win. Who does that? Oh, Pharaoh. So I voted. A lot of people can't believe that. It sounds crazy to them, but yeah, I voted for Harris because she was a female. So you know, there's no guaranteed things will be better, G-Rod, or worse. That's false information people been putting out that's young, don't know about politics. Democrat, Republican doesn't guarantee anything better or anything worse. That's totally make believe. That's the new internet stuff, G-Rod. Don't believe that stuff. That's like saying if a Democrat win, I'm a move, or if a Republican. Don't y'all believe that stuff? That's not real. Okay. So it's a pleasure to talk to the young generation. That's not real. Republican doesn't mean anything successful. That's our false. That doesn't mean people are losing their jobs right now, left and right. Okay. The economy is not doing well right now. It's not. Okay. Under a Republican president, the economy is trash right now. As a matter of fact, based on the money spent on this war, things could go down. I don't know why people don't think money is America's bleeding money right now. It's got to come from somewhere. I don't know what makes you think that once vacation is over and they haven't juiced you for your vacation money, that the price of gas and food, I don't know what makes you think that's not finna go through the roof. Rent, housing, nothing shows that that's gonna go down. And that's why that type of cheerleading is bad. And for me, it's misleading. And I don't like to mislead my subscribers. I'm the realest alive. So to my subscribers, you can't tell by a president. Okay? Let Big Pharaoh tell you. You can't tell by a president. Don't let nobody fool you. There's other variables. How many Democrats run the House? How many Democrats run the Senate? You can be a certain president and be a lame duck. What's going on with the economy? And so even if we get a Republican mayor, that ain't going to mean that America's going to provide that mayor with what that mayor needs to uplift the city. That's not going to mean nothing if the country's broke. What, he's going to like pull some Republican magic, Young people, don't buy into that. Okay? There takes a lot of moving pieces to make any city, state, county, or federal government work. It's not going to be based on no election. I'm just telling you, don't y'all buy into that. They're dumbing down American citizens when it comes to politics. They're misleading you. Totally. So you say, well, why are you saying flip red? Why would you flip red if you don't believe red's going to do better? That's a great question. Candidates don't win all the time because they're going to do something great. A lot of times candidates win because the last one was so horrible. Okay. He or she was so horrible. We just vote for whoever else. That's the fact. Young people, listen to me. Brandon Johnson was so horrible that they're going to vote red, but not because we believe red's going to be great. We just believe red. Nothing can get worse than Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Basically, listen to somebody that was born in 1958, have watched American politics before some of you all were born. And if you go back and if you look at the country and you see what's going on, presidents didn't always lose based on them. Sometimes they lost because what was going on in the country, they had to take the blame for it. Like a war started. Now they take the blame and they lose, but they really ain't got nothing to do with it. So a lot of things can happen to make you lose the election that ain't even your fault. It's just real politics, people. So in this case, this has nothing to do with the Republicans being so great. This has everything to do with the Democrats taking the black vote for granted and that Brandon Johnson has been horrible. So they're not flipping and just flipping. Okay? So if you got a Democratic mayor and I run as a Republican and we flip it, I'm not just trying to get in there just as a Republican. I'm still trying to do stuff. I still gotta have ideas. I can't just go in there and say, well, I'm a Republican. I'm the mayor. No. I gotta have an agenda. And I'm only going to win with that agenda. And whoever is running for red, if another Democrat that's running against Brandon got some super duper good program and good ideas, Chicago's going to stay blue because you still got to come with it. You got to sell to the people. The people like, okay, what you got? And you got to be like, ah. And if you don't sell, they don't buy. None of that. Oh, we just voting for you because you're a Republican. You got weirdos that do that, but they slow. Anybody just vote based on a party, you're slow unless you work for the party. If you work for the party, yeah, that's what you do. I'm a Democrat. I work for a Democratic senator. It's Democrat baby, but I work for them. But it doesn't go like that. So some people think it's a magic trick. Yeah. You can have a president that gets you in a war. Give you an example, like Trump. And then you can vote for another president after that that's going to get you out the war. So he gets you out the war and you go, yay. But that president, even though he got you out the war, he's a dumbass. He messed up the farming. He messed up the agriculture. He messed a bunch of other stuff up. So, yeah, he gets you out the war. But then the other stuff he got to do, he drops the ball. So you went out of the frying pan into the fire. There's a lot to politics. Or he might get in there and have no help. You know how many politicians got trashed because they didn't have any help? Then people say, oh, the Republicans didn't do nothing. He didn't have no Republican help. Oh, this Democrat, he didn't have no help. You never speak against that. You never speak of a Democrat president to get in there. They vote a bunch of Republicans in there. They block everything the guy's trying to do to make the guy look like a failure. Y'all go and buy into it. Oh, he's a failure. Although you haven't watched the game, you haven't seen that they intentionally, the party that you voted for. So now you're going to vote Republican, but you don't look at the Republicans intentionally sabotage the country to win. So really what you put on that president, the Republicans did it to make that president look bad. These are facts. A lot of times things that go bad under a president, the other party did it. That president didn't even do it. That president didn't do that. The opposition did it just so they can win. We live in a country where they will destroy the country to win the next election. That's a fact. They will destroy a country just to win the next election. They will sabotage their own country for votes. Sure will. Absolutely. So they're saying they want to flip Chicago red. All right, but what does that mean exactly? Does that mean red is guaranteed? No. That red blue stuff, y'all, If you believe that, you need to go study like politics. Go read some books, study politics. Because it's never red and blue, because both of them be in office. Show me a time where the whole office was red or blue. So you can't really blame nothing on any particular side with both of them there, to be honest with you. You know how many Democrats supported this war Trump was in? Oh, they don't want to tell that part. They're going to bury that part. Because politics is not just, politics is regional more than it is blue or red. In fact, there's no allegiance between, there's, if you live in a blue state, that's a farm state. And you live in a red state, that's a farm state. You all are going to want the same thing because you're needing what's necessary for agriculture. So they sell you these fake ideologies. But the reality with politics, politics is also regional, based on what do each region need. New York is going to be talking about economics. Indiana is going to be talking about corn. Wisconsin is going to be interested in dairy. And everybody's got a different interest. And then they have to try to line up their interests to see what's going to work best for their state. And that's not red and blue. There's no red and blue politics. That's fake. There's no red and blue issues. That's fake. That's fake. So they try to line up liberal with conservative, and they try to say, "Oh, the Republicans conservative, the Democrats is liberal." Uh, you got a bunch of gay Republicans. You know what I'm saying? And it's unintentionally divided, kind of, right? It's kind of unintentional, so it'll work sometimes, G. Rod. It just plays out like that. It just plays out like that. The only reason, G. Rod, that it turns out bad, it's not the politicians, it's the citizens. The citizens allow that. You see, and I'm glad you said that. You see, G. Rod, the problem with Americans and politics is Americans don't understand politics. Americans have bought into the politicians run the politics, which is totally false. And so the Americans have, the citizens dropped the ball, not the politicians. The citizens are petty, and the citizens treat the election like a sporting event. The men bring in a sporting event mentality to the politics because politics is of the people, for the people, by the people. So once the people not standing on their political duty, that's what actually really ruins the politics. Once the people is like red versus blue, shit. We don't want no red versus blue. We want some money. What is that? What is red and blue? What is that? What is liberal conservative? We don't want no liberal conservative. What is that? The people do that. And then a politician will try to see if he can exploit it, but they can't make you do something you're doing on your own. So America, America is full of totally unintelligent people when it comes to politics. The voters are stupid. A lack for a better way. The voters are absolutely stupid. The voters know nothing at all about politics. They just wait till election time and say, "Oh, I'm with this one. Oh, with that one," but they don't know nothing. The voters are really to blame. The voters are extremely stupid. There's no there's nowhere to learn anything about politics. Where do you learn about politics? You don't. You don't. That's why every time it's election, you just see trolls. They don't even know why they trolling. They don't even know why they support the person. All they know is this. I'm on this team. And your team ain't no good. That's basically what they be on. They don't have no reason why they like either candidate. They never have a real good reason at all. Never. They just be saying anything. They let the politicians tell them what they're gonna do. They don't have any demands. Americans have no demands. They just get two guys up there, they tell you, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna say I'm gonna do that. You try to say, let me see which one say they're gonna do the best. And you try to pick who you think gonna do the best. But what you want, they have news people ask the questions at the debate. You can see right there that why is they asking the questions? Why the public ain't answering the questions? We the one got to go vote. Now you got CBS News. We have a debate tonight on CBS News. They have person out there, Mr. President, why do you fold your laundry to the left if you're on the right, sir? You know, if yeah, I'll be watching it. I'll be like, hell no. And Americans be going for it because Americans is phony. You can't wait till the last minute to be political. Oh, it's election time, political now. It's like, oh, hell no. I'm a businessman. They say red. They say the Republicans is going to make business. I'll go Republican. I'll get in there and have tariffs everywhere. Everything be sky high. Everybody be going broke. I'll get in there and put some stupid tariffs in here. Yeah, the Republicans, yeah, they about the money. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. How you going to get politicians to help you get money when they making money being politicians? The hell with you. They getting paid just for being Republicans and Democrats. They straight regardless. They in there high fiving, drinking, chilling. Oh, tonight we're gonna argue tonight, huh? That's what Republican and Democrat. They all buddies, and then they get out there. I'm against you, Pharaoh. I'm against you. Then we go in the back. Oh, I did pretty good, right? Yeah, I was against you. I don't know what you guys are gonna do over there on the right. Oh, you guys on the left. We live in big homes. Me, if I'm a Democrat and my Republican opponent, we living way better than y'all. The hell with all y'all. It don't matter what you do. We balling. No matter what you do, it don't matter who win. It ain't gonna change my salary none. As long as I win my election, that's all that matters. To hell with the country. I just got to win my election in Arkansas, Illinois. That's all that matters. Y'all don't matter. Well, y'all matter if y'all matter because I need your vote. Two mayors, yeah, but Mayor Daley was a good ass mayor though. Old man Daley, he was a good mayor though. City ran smooth, transportation ran smooth, streets smooth, highways smooth, everything paid, garbage picked up. He wasn't just in there. Old man Daley ran this city. This city wasn't missing nothing, not a beat. Facts. People was making money. How you think we got all them homes and stuff? Old man Daley was on point, knew what he was doing. Now his illegitimate son, Belandic, didn't know what he doing. He messed everything up because Belandic was his son he had by his secretary. Or then he put Junior in there. But the other man, the second man, daddy, he wasn't as good as his daddy. And then we put the sister in there, but she was in there during the pandemic. So they said she didn't do no good. She was there in the pandemic. So this is how you get scammed. They put the black woman in there, but the pandemic came. And nobody said, well, she didn't really get a fair shot. Give her another shot. It was a pandemic. Everything was closed. They just blamed her for how the city ran during the damn pandemic. Anybody with any sense would have gave her another shot. All the restaurants was closed. All the businesses was closed. Everybody had to work from home. Transportation money went down. All the money went down. And then when you compare mayors way back to now, that ain't fair either because politics then was different than now. So comparing politics back in the 40s and 50s, that's not really relevant. An old, ancient political system compared to a newer political system. If you're a good politician and you're doing your job and some dummy unalived George Floyd, you're going to lose next time because now you're going to have uprising and riots and stuff that ain't even your fault. So now you lose because some fool all the way in another state unalived George Floyd. If you look at the mayor at the time of George Floyd, she lost because of something didn't even happen in Chicago. These are facts. Something can happen in a whole nother state and make you lose your election. Because everybody started protesting under your administration. And you like, I don't got nothing to do with that. But your city look bad in the news and you lose. That's what happened to Lori Lightfoot. Jane Byrne got in there, cleaned out all the projects, got rid of all the rats, cleaned out all the alleys. She the reason the city clean, right? So Jane Byrne made the city spick and span clean. She gets out, the next mayor come, he gets the credit for the city being clean. When Jane Byrne did that. You in politics, you can go do something and then somebody come in and win after you, and it's going to look like they did it. People that look at the city now that they mayor is going to give them the credit for it. I mean, she got out of there. I don't think they was going to vote for her, but she the one cleaned up the city. She was a real good mayor. She went and slept in the projects. She went to Cabrini Green and lived in an apartment in Cabrini Green for like a week or something like that. She was cold. She the reason we don't got no rat. We didn't have no rat infestation. She got rid of the rat infestation. If you come to Chicago, everybody say Chicago really clean. They clean Chicago every night, downtown every night. Jane Byrne is responsible still to today for that program. Yeah, every time they say how clean Chicago is, Jane Byrne did that. And that's one of Chicago's biggest money makers. It's clean. See, politics is funny acting because you got to understand, politics is based off of the citizens, and the citizens don't know nothing. The citizens work every day, 40 hours a week. They don't really know. They have to guess. Oh, I guess I vote for this one. And whoever can get up there and talk sweet, you're going to win. It is what it is. When you talk about a city like Chicago, you can't just be a mayor of Chicago. You can't just be no mayor of Chicago. You can't just be no mayor of no city like this. You gotta be like old Mayor Daley was in there. Boy, this city gotta be actually ran. You can't sit on your ass in no city like this. It got to be hands on. You can't just go in there. That's what's wrong with Brandon. Brandon just in there. No, this is a huge job, a real job. And if you're really the mayor, you signing papers all day. Mayor Daley walked around, the old man Daley, he walked around with a coffee pot with his own coffee in there because he didn't want nobody to poison him. And that man was signing papers, making stuff happen. He wasn't just no mayor. He was like sometimes you have a business and you have a real good CEO. And then sometimes they leave and you get a CEO that ain't no good. And now you're losing money because that CEO ain't standing on the business. Like everybody don't got what it takes to stand on the business. Everybody don't have what it takes to run a Death Row or to run a Bad Boy Records or to run Universal. Nah. When you see these big companies doing good, them CEOs are standing on business. When you see a city prosper, the mayor's standing on business. Without good mayors, Chicago ain't big like this. Who thinks Chicago popping like this without good mayors? Chicago be having some real good mayors. Don't fool yourself. The last one just ain't no good. He not winning nothing. Ron was standing on business. Ron don't play. Look at Ron Emanuel. He looked like he looked like a goofball. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this. Oh, let me show you. Now he sold the parking meters. Somebody, Young Daddy sold the parking meters and we in debt. You get people in there that don't be knowing what they doing. I ain't gonna say you don't. But for a city to run, now it can't be no bunch of joking and stuff. And if we don't teach our youth how serious it takes, not necessarily. I don't know. You don't have no. That's just a statement. You don't have no. That's just a statement. That's not based on what. What you gonna base that on? There's nothing to base that on. That's false information. Okay, y'all don't come over here with no false information. Do he look like he playing around? No, Chicago won't necessarily always be blue. That's false information. Let me get rid of that. That's false information. Yeah, need to get a channel, bro, and go teach on your channel. Tell them what you believe. But if you think if you're gonna come over here, it's very possible for Chicago to go red. You cannot base. Listen, young people. Next year is 2027. You cannot base no other year on 2027. 2027 is 2027. It's going to stand by itself. It's not going to be relative to no past years. Period. 2027 is not attached to 26, 25. None. I don't care how far you go back. 2027 is 2027. And anything can happen. Anything. And if a Democrat get in there, or a couple of Democrats, and don't do a good job, a Republican definitely will win. Straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you get a bad enough Democratic president, a mayor, like this guy right here, Republicans can definitely win after Brandon. Because Brandon's one of the worst mayors in mayor history. He's horrible. He is absolute. He can sink a party. And I've seen a lot of mayors. He's the worst mayor I've ever seen in my life. And I lived in LA too. If Brandon Johnson is a Democratic mayor in 2026, 2027, we ain't talking 23. Nowadays, a Republican could be mayor behind him. You don't know what you're talking about. Go get you a channel, bro, and teach. Go get you a channel. I'm not going to let you teach on top of me. I'm not going to let you come over. I say go right. You say go left. That's not going to happen. Now, this is my last warning. I'm going to have to get you out of here. Because you making it waste my time. You already said it once, but you think I'm going to keep saying da-da-da, and you say no, and I say da-da-da. I'm going to be like, get your goofy ass out of here. Come back later, bro. I'll bring you back later. I don't be doing all that. To me, that's disrespectful. Let me make my case. Go somewhere and make your case. If you want to go toe-to-toe for me, go get you your own social media. But you can't go toe-to-toe with me in the chat. You got to put in the work. You can't be lazy and try to compete with me. And when I want to bring something to my audience, that's what it is. This is a total dictatorship over here. I'll unblock you some other time. Because I gave you enough warnings. I told you, all right, you made your point. But for you to keep trying to kick that ball, I'm going to have to go ahead and call technical foul, 2 shots, and you ejected from the game. Okay? Chicago could definitely flip red. Don't listen to him. He don't know. He probably ain't even active like that. He ain't outside like that. He ain't outside. He don't know nothing about black Chicagoans and how they want to vote in 2027. He just talking. When the Democratic Party stopped putting LGBTQ over black people, it's been going down the whole time. Dude don't know what he's talking about. The Democratic Party is not in good favor in the black community. Dude don't know what he talking about. The Democratic Party is not in good favor with foundational black Americans. Not at all. They either going to not vote or vote red. They not going to vote for the Democrats. The Democrats have blew it with the Venezuelans, with all the LGBTQ stuff. The Democrats is done. Leon don't know what the hell he's talking about. You know what the Democrats represent out there in the streets? It represents Hispanics taking over us. He don't know what the hell he talking about. Now, in 2026, the summer, foundational Black Americans feel that the Democrats are trying to replace us with Hispanics. That is a fact. More than ever this year. Not so much last year. He talking about last year. He not like Big Pharaoh. I'm talking about right now. Right now, foundational Black Americans do not like the Democratic Party because foundational Black Americans are saying the Democratic Party is trying to replace us with Hispanics. So we don't have no vote and no say so. Dude don't know what the fuck he talking about. Y'all listen to me. The Democratic Party is almost done. See? He said that's their new core. Would you tell him, Bobby, I ain't lying? I'm telling you. This year. These is facts. Black folks is not voting for the Democrats to replace ourselves. Dude don't know what he talking about. So I be telling dude, shut up, man, let me do what I do. Stop interrupting me. Because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The Democrats have hung themselves. For sure. The Democrats have destroyed their whole reputation and everything. Black Americans do not like the Democratic Party at all. What I tell y'all, I was campaigning for Harris. And what she do? How she do me? How did she do me? She betrayed me. She got to tell me she's going to help immigrants. And look at the immigrants. You think we'll vote for her? She not winning nothing. Look, show me a black person. Whatever little Democrat support they had, she destroyed the rest of it. It's over with. And I had to sit there and keep campaigning for her, and she threw me in the garbage. Not only did she throw us in the garbage, when she lost, she didn't even speak to her supporters. She just went on. She ain't finna win nothing. The year I supported her was the year that the Democratic Party destroyed themselves. These is facts. Who else gonna say that? I supported her, right? I campaigned for her, right? So why am I saying the Democrats is done if I campaign? Because I seen it firsthand. I campaigned for her. I campaigned for her, and I would never vote for her. And I'm not voting for no Democrats. The Democrats is done. So dude, come over here, don't shut up. Last year is when they had their funeral. That's why I told dude, shut up. This is Big Pharaoh. I'm up to date today. 2026 going on to 2027. Black Americans do not like the Democratic Party at all. Tell me I'm lying. Well, say something in the chat. Tell me I'm lying. Listen, let me ask y'all. Do Black Americans like the Democratic Party in 2026? Put it in the chat, yes or no. Put it in the chat. Let's take a break. Yes or no? I want to see a bunch of yes or no. It's 87 people over here. I need to see at least 50 answers. Stop being lazy, unless you're watching on TV. Do foundational Black Americans, do they like the Democratic Party? Yes or no? Yes or no? And now, not last year, like today, like now. Put it in the chat. put it in the chat. Look, man, let me tell you something. Do you know? Look, no. Keep on putting it. Where's everybody? No. I tried to tell other brother he wouldn't be quiet. Let me tell you something. Brandon Johnson dropped the ball, blew $1 billion on Venezuelans and stuff, and then went and raised the property taxes on foundational Black Americans so people lose their homes. Look, so people lose their home. Ain't no way they voting for no Democrat. They finished. You think people gonna let you? Y'all really think people gonna let them? They're gonna lose their homes and all that? Man, people ain't doing that. Look. Y'all think I'm lying? Look. What it say? Chicago mayor downplays idea of raising property taxes. Look at this black lady almost ready to cry after CFO says hike likely in report. Look at all these black people. They look happy. They look like they're finna vote. Man, listen. Man, listen. They ain't done nothing recently. They ain't done nothing. They not even done nothing for black people since the 90s. Since the 90s. They finished. Like I'm telling you, the Democratic Party is done. Sometimes people feel like they got to send you a message. They gonna send the Democrats a message. They feel like foundational Black Americans in Chicago feel like they playing with us and we got to send a strong message. Because other than that, we'll vote for somebody, they'll get in there and keep doing the same thing. We tired of voting for you. You make promises, you get in there. It's only one thing gonna make them stop playing with us, is they lose their jobs. If we put a Republican mayor in there, he gonna lower them taxes and everything because they gonna try to prove they was better than the last mayor. So when you put the mayor from a different group, look, under Johnson, we losing the Chicago Bears. Y'all think white people gonna vote for the Democrat? They're done. You couldn't even keep the Chicago Bears downtown. They trying to move the Chicago Bears to like Indiana or somewhere. Man, listen, the Democrats is done. It's gonna go down that the black Democratic mayor lost the Chicago Bears. Y'all think that gonna go smooth for the Democrats? And then every time they run, they all look the same. All the Democrats gonna look just like him, stupid, just like him. No, they never had a Republican in office. Had Chicago ever lost the Bears? Have the Bears ever left here? Y'all, people ain't listening. You ain't hearing what I'm saying. Listen, man, the past don't mean nothing. This is what I'm trying to teach them, Robert. The past don't mean nothing. The people ain't Chicago. The people is people. Chicago is a city, right? That's got a history of all this. Y'all really think people outside give a damn about the history? All they can think about is today. No citizens is like, oh, Chicago. Nobody ain't on that. Everybody on what they trying to get. So when everybody say Chicago always been that, man, ain't nobody voting based on no Chicago. That shit ain't. I'm trying to tell them, bruh. I'm trying to tell them. Like individuals, they don't care nothing about no history. If somebody there under the Democrats and you about to lose your house because the property value go up, man, you don't care nothing about no, how long, no, man, nobody care nothing about that. All they know is what's going to happen next year. Like in the real world. People that's been coming in this chat talk about the make-believe world. Talk about what it said in the history books. Man, the history books don't mean nothing outside in the streets. You do a bad job in the streets too long, and you under a certain party, and they put this Democrat in there, you don't do a good job. Then they put another one, you don't do a good job. Then they put another one, you don't do a good job. They're going to switch parties on you. They're going to switch parties. It's just like if you're a black girl and you date one white dude, he ain't no good. Then you date another white dude, he ain't no good. And you date another white dude, you're not going to date another white dude. That's what I'm trying to tell. That's why I told other brothers, shut up and let me cook. Let me do what I do. I'm in the city. I'm active. Black folks is doing two things, not voting or voting Republican. Period. They going to stay home or they going to vote Republican. The Democrats are done. The Democrats are done. Done. They cooked. They done. Especially with black people, because the Democrats tried to sell us out for Hispanics. The Democrats tried to sell us out to Mexicans and Hispanics and Asians. They tried to sell black people out and replace us with some other minority. That's what they tried to play us. I'm telling you. If you black and you vote Democrat, you the dumbest black person in the world. You is a dummy and you destroying our race in this country. You a traitor and a rat. Because you keep voting for people that done showed you they trying to sell you out. I done showed you. I done showed you. Look, man, this ain't disrespect. She said she trying to help minorities. Look at the minorities she trying to help. Look. This picture says it all. She will never win nothing based on this picture right here. It's one black girl in the back next to her. Look, look. This was a help minority promotion. Look. This picture say replace black Americans. That's what this picture say. Look at this picture. You think when we put this picture out here in Chicago, you think they're going to vote for a Democrat? The Democrats' plan is to sell out. Look in New York. Look. Mamdani in New York. He going to sell black people in New York right down the drain. When he get through being the mayor in New York, it's going to be Indians and Afghanis and it's going to be Middle Eastern people going to run New York. Am I lying? That man not finna sell black people in New York down the drain? This guy, Mamdani. He not going to sell black people down the drain. He's going to sell foundational black Americans in New York down the drain. You watch. You watch. Blacks in New York, get ready for the roller coaster ride. When you look up, them people going to own the whole New York. Watch. Mamdani, they should have never put him in there. They're going to regret. The black people in New York going to regret. And you know why black people vote like that? because there's too many immigrants, blacks, and they're not real black. Like Haitians ain't black, they're Haitians. They're not black. That's why we FBA. We're not separating from the Democratic Party. We separating from the rest of the blacks too. We don't want to deal with y'all. We don't want to be counted with y'all. We want to separate our politics so we can make sure we're going to get what we're going to get, because you're going to sell us down the drain. Black immigrants will sell you out. They don't got the same interests we got. So you can't work with a black person. See, for foundational Black Americans, we battling with other races, especially the white race. Not in a bad way, but in a political, economic way. So here I am. I'm a foundational Black American. I'm competing with white Americans. Here you come. You are Haitian. You against me. So now you add more power to one. You slowing me down. You are out. I've already got my hands full with white America. Now here you come. You stomping on me too. And then you black, so you using your blackness to undermine me. So yeah, throw them out. The Africans, all of them, throw them out. Because if they ain't come and ride with Black Americans, get out. And Black Americans, we feel like they trying to replace us with immigrants. And guess who gonna throw the immigrants out? Republicans. And guess who we finna vote for? Republicans. Because our biggest threat to the survival of foundational Black Americans is immigrants. Immigrants ain't gonna replace white people. So who they gonna replace? And I'm not pushing no racism or no hate. I'm just talking politics. I ain't talking about no physical aid or nothing. I'm talking about politically. The Democrats will replace us because the Democrats have let immigrants take over the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party used to have a strong Black caucus, not no more. Now the Democratic Party strong caucus is Asians and Hispanics and Black immigrants that's getting in there and running for office. And dude, family ain't just got from Africa. His daddy come from Africa, now he a mayor. How the hell you my mayor? Your daddy came from Africa, but we've been here all the way back to slavery, and now you want to try to tell me what to do? One generation from Africa? You got somebody named Mandani that ain't got no American history? That should be illegal. You shouldn't even be able to run for office unless you at least 3-4 generations. If you ain't got if your daddy, your granddaddy, your great-granddaddy, and your great-great-grandparents ain't from here, there's no way you should be able to hold no office over people that been here. Daddy, granddaddy, great-granddaddy, great-great-granddaddy, great-great-great-granddaddy, great-great-great-great. People that go all the way back like this should not be ruled for somebody to go back 2 generations. How you going to come in 2 generations and rule people who family fought in the Revolutionary War, fought in the Civil War, fought in World War I, fought in World War II. My daddy fought in World War II. My daddy was stationed in Germany and Korea. Your daddy just got here last year, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Hell, 20 years ago, I was 48 years old. Your daddy got here. Now you the mayor? Now you can't go to their countries and run nothing, but they come in your country and run everything. Because they took over the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party got to be thrown in the trash, the whole party. A lot of people understand that's why I had to get the other brother out of here. He had to get out of here. No black folks ain't in don't run the Democratic Party no more. We're not voting for them. And neither is white Democrats. American citizens that got a historical family here is going to switch to Republican. Yeah, there is. The only way to save it is Republican. I wouldn't give a damn if they made the whole goddamn government Republican. I wouldn't give a damn. if everybody was Republican. Call ICE and clean the country up. Because the Democrats is spies and insurgents. I'm telling you, the Democrats getting money from George Soros and all them, allegedly. The Democrats are here to undermine Americans. I'm telling you. The Democratic Party is a foreign party. I'm telling you. They don't represent the United States. I'm telling you. All you got to do is open your eyes. You can see it. That's why that's what they would see, and nobody didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen to what the Trump supporters was saying. They didn't want to listen. Everybody tried to act like it was racist. Everybody wanted to try to act like what they were saying was racist. But now when you look at it, it wasn't racist at all. It wasn't racist at all. I'm telling you. Y'all know I ain't finna come just tell you no stuff, man, and just make up nothing like that, man. I ain't gonna flip flop like that, but I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna flip flop. But I'm gonna keep it real. And I'm not gonna stick with someone I see it ain't no good. Come on, man. If I support be honest, if I support a Democrat and they win, and I look and I see it ain't no good, I ain't supposed to say, hey, this ain't gonna work. I'm just supposed to be like, well, I voted for him last time, so I can't say they ain't no good now. Bruh. Seriously. Like the Democratic Party ain't no good. It is what it is. They ain't no good. What do you want me to say? Nobody would watch me if I was phony. A lot of people don't want to watch me because they want me to be phony. But I'm not doing no phony stuff. The only hope you got for your children is to take over the Democratic Party. And the only way you could take over the Democratic Party is they got to lose. They got to lose. You can't let people that's basically, because that's not even the Democratic Party. The party we looking at is not the Democratic Party. It's a takeover of the Democratic Party. And that is a fact. You're looking at a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party. They're trying to turn the Democratic Party into a foreign entity. Anybody don't see that is crazy. It's so obvious. It's obvious. It's extremely obvious. Come on. Who can't see that now? And one thing it looked like they doing, it looked like foreign entities is backing Democrats that they know ain't gonna do a good job. I mean, I might be tripping. This might be a conspiracy, but to me, look at the last mayor in New York. He was a black dude, right? Didn't know what he was doing. Look at Chicago, a black dude, right? Don't know what he was doing. Now, my question is, did immigrants intentionally put blacks in there that wasn't going to do a good job? Because look, now it's Madani. I'm just saying, it looks suspicious to me. It looked like a whole planned setup to put blacks in there that they know is unqualified. That's what it looked like. Unless I'm crazy. That's what it looked like. Maybe this, I don't do conspiracies, but that's what it looked like. What's the odds? Madani's in there because they put somebody that know what they're doing. Now election coming up in Chicago. There's somebody in there don't know what they're doing. Watch who run in the Democratic Party. I bet you're gonna have some Middle Easterners or something run and try to get that spot. Man, if it don't happen, then I'll come back and say, okay, I was wrong. But it do look like a pattern. It looks like a pattern to me. They put people in there going to take the border back. King Hazy is 100% correct. When I went to Santa Monica Beach last year and I saw all the bathrooms turn unisex, I knew the Dems went nuts. All the women and girls were uncomfortable. Yeah, they done went crazy. Bruh, they got all type of stuff where foreigners can just do stuff they never could do before under the Democrats. Under the Democrats, you could drive trucks and everything. You don't know how to speak no English or nothing. They letting you do stuff and you don't gotta know how to speak no English. They're letting you open stores. They letting you get stuff that Americans can speak English can't get. And they letting you get stores. They letting you get everything. And you don't even have to know how to speak no English. In Miami right now, I got a friend in Miami right now, a black person. They can't get no job in Miami because they don't speak Spanish. Now, let that sink in. You're an American English-speaking country, but you got to know how to speak Spanish to get a job. What that sound like? That's illegal. You can't deny me from getting a job because I don't speak a foreign language. Let me tell you. So everybody down in Miami working speaks Spanish. That's a takeover. That allow you to hire your own and discriminate against Americans. Same thing with Islam. Same thing. Yes, when they get black mayors, look what happened. Look what happened. I'm trying to tell them, bro. Oh, Queen, I'm trying to tell her, Mona, I'm trying to tell her. Mona telling y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all it's a play. They trying to absolutely replace us. The only people that's trying to not replace us is the Republicans. That's a fact. The white Republicans feel they need an ally. And they ally is foundational Black Americans, I'm telling you. Because the white Republicans cannot beat this immigrant takeover by themselves. Because some people say, well, they white, why would they side with us? Because they're going to get overwhelmed if they don't. White America cannot fight this by themselves. This is a fact. White America cannot fight this influx of immigrants by themselves. They need an ally. That's why if you look on all the big news, the big head talk, guess what they love? Guess what term they love? Guess what term they love? I'm talking about whites that you would have think was racist, that's talking heads in the media. You know what term they love? They love foundational Black Americans. Go look. White Americans love the term foundational Black Americans. Love it. Go look. And ask yourself why. Fox News love it. They know we their only ally. Without us, they out of here. They're going to replace white people without us. That's a fact. If they replace us, white America's done. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. If they replace foundational Black Americans, white America's next. I'm telling you, I know war. Y'all got to open up your eyes and see the war. Mondani, New York, after who? After a Black mayor, right? That's a coincidence? I don't believe it's no damn coincidence. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's a coincidence. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. When I see Mondani take over New York, I said, uh-oh. It just, to me, is suspicious. I ain't trying to be no racist. I ain't trying to be anti-immigrant or nothing like that. I'm just saying how somebody like that run New York. Somebody that don't have no real blood in the soil in America. Make it make some sense. Listen, man, make it make some sense. Am I just what? I'm reaching. I'm reaching. Who Mondani, who he took over after? Who Mondani took over after? So who gonna take over after this? Man, I think I see a play. Put him in there. He make a bunch of stupid mistakes. Get him out of there. Now he in there. He making a bunch of stupid mistakes, messing up every property taxes. Guess what? The plot is for an immigrant to take that job. The Democratic Party is going to run some type of immigrant to take that spot. Just like they did in New York. And if they already got New York. If they take Chicago, it's a wrap. Because California is already a third world country. Already. And I believe when they do that, you're going to see anarchy everywhere. The country going to be pretty much almost done. I do not believe these two was I don't believe it was a accident. I believe it was planned by those in the Democratic Party, that the Democratic Party do not have the best interests of the United States. I believe that. I ain't lying. I believe that. And like I said, I was pushing for Harris. And look what how she did. Look what I got in return. Not only that, when she lost, what did she say to all her supporters? Nothing. She just went on. Hey, because I went live and distant. After I had supported that whole election, she didn't thank me or nothing. She didn't thank none of us. She just went on. And I went live and distant. U.S. Day away from Haitian brain. You know, Haitians, they ain't no friend of ours. Send them back to Haiti. And they need to find you and send you too. Send them back to Haiti. Yeah, get them out of here. We don't got no relationship with Haitians. Haitians didn't stand with their black brother sister. Get them out of here. I can't wait till they get y'all out of here. We ain't standing with no Haitians. Bye. Go back to Haiti, fix your country. You can't fix your country. How you gonna fix over here? Your country raggedy. You over there at war. And you ain't over here to build up this country. You over here to leech off the country, eat off the country. You are not here to help this country. You're here to eat off of the country. You're not Americans. You're Haitians, and you're going to always be Haitians. And you come to this country, you got to be an American. So I can't wait till they throw y'all out. I don't hate Haitians because I don't know you. And what I look like standing up somebody I got no relationship with, I don't know you. You're not a fabric in our community. And really, Haitians hate us in our community. Haitians ain't positive to foundational Black Americans. I don't know what you're talking about. Haitians are positive to us. No, you're not. You're distant. And you ain't friends. Haitians ain't, we not friends with no Haitians. We got no relationship with Haitians. No, I can't wait till they throw y'all out. I can't wait. I can't wait. You say Nigeria sold their hospitals to Bill Gates. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. One thing we know about a lot of Black immigrants, you can't never trust nobody that's Black, that come into a country that's racial, and that go against the Blacks, because that's going to help everybody. So other Blacks, they don't really like us. So anytime too many other Blacks come in this country, that's going to always go against us, because we can't be supporting people that don't really like us. We learned that from the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, all of them. The Haitians, these are people that they don't support Black Americans. They compete against us. So you can't build your people when you're bringing in people that don't like you and that are jealous of you. Black immigrants are jealous of foundational Black Americans. You can't work with no haters. Their jealousy is too high. We've accomplished too much. So rather than them come and congratulate us and work with us, they hate. They don't like us. I've been watching Haitians say all type of stuff that ain't nothing but jealousy. There would be no reason for them to say that. None. They super jealous of us. And their numbers is small. And they not that smart. They're not that smart. Because why would you come here and hate on 50 million black Americans and think things gonna go good for you? They're not smart. They're not smart. Listen, would you think it was smart for, let's say, 4 million black Americans to go into like Nigeria and hate Nigerians? To go into 200 million blacks and hate them? Listen, all we want you to do is get the hell out, okay? You, your mom, your dad, and all of them, okay? Regardless, good luck with that. Because if I had your location, I'll send ICE right now. And they've been putting them off the plane as we speak, okay? You the one don't know what's going on. You the one don't know what's going on because they're already deporting y'all. They're deporting you right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now, why would we want you over here? You don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what's going on. Duh. These are pictures of y'all getting off the plane right now. He talking about, bruh, they deporting you right now, okay? Let me ask you something, my Haitian brother. Have you heard of Google? Have you heard of Google? You don't heard of Google. See, you got to step your game up, bro. You from Haiti, you don't know nothing about Google. You know nothing about Google. Listen, you trolling, bro. If I'm for deportation, I'm definitely for getting you off my channel, okay? I got to deport you off my channel, bro, okay? Your TPS is up. Pharaoh said that. Your TTS, your temporary talking status or temporary typing status or temporary posting status, your TPS, your temporary posting status on this account has been rejected, okay? Okay? Your TPS, your temporary posting status is up, okay? You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. Bro, your temporary posting status been up about 9 minutes ago. Yeah, your TPS, your YouTube TPS is over. I had to deport you. Back to your own channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I had to deport you back to your own channel. Listen, we're not doing no fake friends. We're not doing enemies. I don't believe in hate. I don't believe in race hate. I don't believe in hating immigrants or nothing. But I do not believe in dealing with people that don't like me either. It's very dangerous to deal with fake friends. Fake friends are dangerous because they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. We had songs on y'all. Yeah, we been had songs explain this whole situation. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. Come on. Y'all gonna try to stab us in the back. And one of the best things could happen to Haitians is the United States government deport you. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I think that's like the decent way to do it. Yeah, I think that's the decent way to do it. Instead of being the guys deporting you or making you leave. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all gonna happen is xenophobia. Anytime the government don't take care of their people and let other people come and overrun them, that creates xenophobia. The people are going to fight back. So if you're running the government, you got to keep law and order. You can't stack no immigrants on top of your citizens. You got to make sure your citizens are taken care of. If you do that, you create lawlessness. Some Haitian people have done some things, but the thing is, like I keep saying, it's 2020. We going into 2027, okay? This 2027. Whatever you did, DuSable, Discovery of Chicago, that's fine. But that's invalid in 2027. In 2027, we looking out for Americans. We got our own self-interest, and we really don't want to bring people in from hostile environments to make no money, and we really ain't got no money to give you. And yeah, like people don't tell these immigrants, we can't afford to feed you. We don't have nowhere for you to live. We don't have no money for you. We have to take money away from our own citizens to feed you. We cannot feed all the poor people in the hemisphere, on earth. America can't feed all y'all. Y'all can't say, oh, we starving, we going to go to America. We only got so much food. We cannot feed Haiti. Neither do we want to feed somebody that can't feed themselves. You know, I'm not for you coming from Haiti bragging, but how you bragging? That's what trips me out about immigrants. How you this great Nigerian, but you don't want to stay in Nigeria. That don't even make no sense, man. How you a Haitian and you gonna benefit us, but you can't benefit Haiti? So if that's the case, if that's what we got to deal with, that's why they gonna flip Chicago red. To make sure you get the hell out of here. We're not sure if the Democrats gonna keep us safe. The Democrats gotta go. Listen, for the young people, listen to me. Politics. Politics be finances. People want you as a politician to create jobs, right? Jobs, opportunity. People want politicians to do what? People want politicians to create housing, right? Housing, right? People want politicians to create safety, right? All these illegal people take away jobs, take away housing, and make things unsafe. We got enough crime with Americans doing crime. Everybody's going to do crimes. So until you get American crime down, why would you bring in a bunch of people that's going to add to some crime? I ain't saying they criminals, but everybody got criminals. So if we already got criminals, well, we got room for some more foreign criminals. Also, criminals have a tendency to know the punishment for crimes in the city where they're from. Foreigners have a tendency to not understand the punishment. So now you got all this unnecessary third world crime. Now your penitentiaries is full of foreigners. So your son get locked up. He getting locked up in a jail in the United States with Haitian gangs. It's bad enough he got to deal with Crips, Bloods, GDs, BDs, and stuff like that. Haitians got to go home and fix their country. As foundational Black Americans, we have no relationship with Black Haitians. You have stayed separated from us. So separate your Black ass on a plane and get deported, okay? Don't stop separating. You don't mess with us. You've been separated. You the Zoe, you a big bad Zoe. Go to Haiti and get the Zoe. Get your Zoe up. Yeah, get your Zoe. Go Zoe up. Go Zoe out. Bye. Get out of here. We don't know you. I don't know you. This is where black immigrants made a big mistake. You go somewhere, the black people don't get to know you, right? Then the European want to throw you out. Then you begging the same black people that you never linked in with, you never cared about. We don't ever see black immigrants at none of our protests when Foundation of Black Americans get shot by police and stuff. Show me one protest for a Trayvon Martin or something where you seen Haitian flags out there, where you seen Jamaican flags, where you seen African flags. You never see their flags when we protested for how we get did dirty. The only time you see their flags is to wave against us, basically. They never wave them for us. They never come out and say, we Haitians, we support black Americans. Y'all never should have hurt that man. No. Where are the Haitians when it comes to shutting down Asian beauty shops and Asian businesses? They ain't saying nothing. You don't see black immigrants saying nothing. The Africans ain't gonna say nothing because we gotta shut them down too. They just as bad as the Asians. Let's keep it real. What's the difference in the Asian disrespect and these Africans? The Africans is notorious for bad business and disrespect with black Americans. They known for disrespecting us. The Africans. We don't have I'm not pushing no hate. I'm just pushing the fact. I don't believe in hating. I don't believe hate no Haitians or hate no African because they're going to make you go out hate somebody who ain't even did nothing to you. So I ain't talking about hating no Haitian. You might be a very nice Haitian. But I still want you to go home because I can't tell which one you is and I can't feed you. The hotel is full. There's no vacancies. There's no vacancies, okay? There's no vacancies. What do you want me to say? There's no vacancies for black immigrants. We have no relationship with you. That's your fault. You on your own. Good luck. You're on your own. If they throw you out, that's on you. You cannot disrespect us and think we're going to help you. Because as far as Haitians go, the lady that called us dirty black Americans, she the one messed y'all up. I'm going to keep it real. She messed y'all up. She have totally kicked the legs from under the entire Haitian community. Am I lying? That lady got there and called us dirty black Americans and it went viral. And she single-handedly hurt the Haitian community. Am I lying? Am I lying? Who hurt them? Who really hurt them the most? Who hurt them? Who really hurt them? Think about it. Who is the main person, the reason Haitians don't have no support? A Haitian. A Haitian got there and disrespected us and made Haitians the enemy of foundational black Americans. We definitely don't like Haitians. Not in a racist way, not in a discriminatory way. We don't like you at all. Because we feel like that's a general consensus. We feel like she around a lot of people. She ain't just said that. We ain't stupid. She said what she be saying when she not around us. She got so bold. She said what she be saying. That ain't the first time she said that. You can tell how it rolled off her tongue. She says it all the time. And she got so bold that she said it right in our faces and looked at us like, yeah, I said it. Now they saying she was trolling. Troll your monkey ass to Haiti. Troll your ass on the plane and troll your ass to Haiti. We cannot wait until they deport her. Okay? And if we got to flip red to get y'all out of here, that's what it's going to be. Because right now, the biggest threat to foundational Black Americans is Black immigrants. Listen. So I said, right now, the biggest threat to foundational Black Americans is Black immigrants. Now, you tell me that's not a sad statement. You know how most people would say that and say it and be proud to say it? That is disgusting that I could say that and it be the truth. I'm not saying that like no type of discrimination or hate or nothing. I'm saying that's sad. That is absolutely sad that I could say that and that be the truth. Just let that sink in that I could say that and it be the truth. That's what's sad. It ain't sad. I'm saying it's sad. It's the truth. It's the truth. That based on how they've been behaving, Black Americans can't wait for them to be thrown out. Now, what have you done for us to? You hated us. And what a lot of people don't understand is you can only hate on somebody for so long. You know what I'm saying? Because let me sing the remix. It's a remix. It's no good hating somebody when somebody hates you back. And that's a fact. It's no good hating somebody when somebody hates you back. That's the remix. That's the remix. That's the remix right there. It ain't no good hating on somebody when somebody hates you back. Yeah, that's the remix. Somebody need to go chop that one up right there. Chop that up. Give me some little credits. I don't need a lot, Go ahead, get your bag. But that's the new remix. Yeah, that's the new remix. It's no good hating somebody when somebody hates you back. And that's fact. Yeah, that's the big hit right now to all the Black immigrants. See, it ain't no good when we hate your black ass back. Now you tripping. Now you tripping. Now you crying. We've been told you. You came to this country. Y'all need to get in where y'all fit in. Y'all don't know who y'all playing with. We've been told y'all. We've been new to Tom Homers. We've been dealing with Tom forever. Go watch Uncle Tom's Cabin. We know Tom. And Tom know us. We know they not playing. We thought something was wrong with y'all anyway. I thought something was wrong with the Africans. I did. When I seen the Africans coming in hating on Black Americans, I ain't lying. I'm one of the few people that thought I said, these people crazy. These people crazy. That's like going to an all-white school. They got two black dudes and you black. And you go there and you start hating on the black ones. Oh, your ass is over. That's what black immigrants did. Black immigrants came into a predominantly white country that's getting some motion, some business and stuff from the blacks that been here a long time, that's building and have worked their way into the system. Your ass come from a black country, get in front of white Americans and let them see you hating on black Americans. This is when you don't know human psychology. See, there's human psychology. It breaks down. There's always sides. So if you're a black immigrant, you're going to say, well, they white. They don't like you black people. Listen, you got to know psychology. As far as white America is concerned, they blacks. We they blacks. They ain't going to let you hate on they blacks. I don't mean they blacks like ownership. I mean like kinship. To white Americans, they blacks. They're not going to let you disrespect they blacks. They're going to look at you like, how your black ass coming over here disrespecting our blacks? Don't worry about our blacks. Take your black ass back home. This is how people is. Us and white Americans, we family. We've been fighting, but fighting a long time make you family. We are intricate into America. America don't want to replace us. America want to get rid of black immigrants because they need more whites, because their population, because the kids they have as many babies as they used to. So they need some babies. So they're going to bring in whites. They're not bringing in whites to replace me. They're bringing in whites to get their birth rate up. Their birth rate going down a little bit. Blacks like me that been living with them, I ain't got no problem with that. I think it's a good idea. I think white Americans need to bring in some more whites to keep their birth rate up. But whites are going to come in and behave. Whites are going to come in. One thing about white people, they're going to come in, they're going to unite. White immigrants are going to come in and be white Americans day one. They're not going to be Ukrainians. They're not going to be Russians. They're going to be white Americans. They know how to play the game. They're going to breed. They're going to wave the U.S. flag, and they're going to become white Americans. White immigrants is smarter than black immigrants. White immigrants, when they come to America, it's USA, baby. That's how they going. Blacks slow. For real. I ain't lying. I got proof of everything I'm saying. There they go right there. Listen. Them is white. These are white South Africans that Trump brought over. Look how they look. Boy, they finna be Americans. Is you crazy? Boy, they not finna be no South Africans. They gonna be Americans. They not gonna be no South Africans. They gonna come in here. They gonna breed with Irish. They gonna breed with any kind of white person. They're going to have babies with the other whites. Them little girls, they're going to marry any little white dude. They're not going to wait. Them little girls in the front, when they get old enough to get married, they're not going to try to marry no white South African. They're going to marry any white guy they like at college or in the neighborhood. If they like Tony, they're going to have a baby by Tony. And they're going to be Americans. They is not going to separate and just try to deal with white South Africans. They're going to blend right in. They're going to be white. They're not going to be, they don't want to be South Africans. You don't get no benefits being South African. You get benefits being white. You get backup being white. White people going to back them up. They smart. You got to love them. They smart. Black immigrants come, the nigga got the Haitian flag. He waving the Jamaican flag. I always said that was stupid. You come all the way from Jamaica to America and you waving the Jamaican flag. And now it's going to be 2027. They're going to take your picture with that flag and they're going to kick your door in. They're going to take your picture and they're going to kick your door in. Because you tell them, I'm not American. I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. Where can you go and wave another flag in somebody's country? Okay? When you win in Rome, do as the Romans. You come to America, you got to wave the American flag. Black Americans, we out on 4th of July barbecuing with the red, white, and blue on. That's how we rolling. No. The only time you know why you don't see white immigrants waving flags? You don't see white immigrants. Think about that, Ice Rock. You don't see white immigrants because white immigrants don't let you know they immigrants. They just look like white people. Think about it, Ice Rock. There is no such thing as white immigrants. They just be white. Tell me I'm lying. So now you ain't going to see no white immigrants waving. You ain't going to see no white immigrants because they don't let you know they no immigrants. Am I lying? Do white people come in and let you know they are immigrant? Hell no. They try to learn that good English as quick as possible. The only time you see white people identify themselves is St. Patrick's Day, and all of them ain't even Irish. They just want to get drunk. You can't even go by that. You can't go by no white person with no shamrock and stuff on St. Patrick's Day, because they don't even be Irish. They got the shamrock because that represents I'm finna get drunk. I'm finna get drunk. Them don't even be Irish. Man, them don't be no damn Irish people on St. Patrick's Day. Some of them be Irish. I'm in Chicago. In Chicago, the Irish is big in Chicago. Them be white people. Them be no Irish. It be some Irish out there. Their great-grandmama was Irish on their mama's side or something. My daddy's German, but my mama's grandmama was Irish and all that. They white. That's why you gotta white people smart. They smart. They smart. You need to study black people. You need to study white people. If you go in somebody's territory or somebody got the most military stuff, you got to study how they function. How are they moving? How are white immigrants moving? You don't see them come over here talking about no Italy. Listen, man, on my soul. I drove Uber. What was it, about 6-7 years ago? I drove Uber. And I used to be downtown picking up the people with money because that way I can get tips. And I used to pick up people down there on, what's that street down there? Like LaSalle and not North Avenue, like right when you get to the edge of downtown, down there where the buildings where you do the shopping and where the fire department is at. Hold on. Chicago old fire station. The old fire station is on Wells. If you go downtown Chicago on Wells, on everything I love, you're on Michigan and Wells. You going north, you make a left and go west. When you go back in there's clubs, right? On everything. So when you go to the club and have a dude, you wait for him to get in the car. When he get out the club. It's a whole bunch of white people. And a lot of times when they get in the car, they be Russians. They be Russians down there at the club with all the other white people. They be white, but they be Russians. But they ain't standing on Russia. They standing on white. They just want to be white, but they be Russians. They be Russian. I picked up a lot of Russians. And they don't do no Russian shit until they get in the car. And the only reason they doing Russian shit, because they only been here a year or two. So they still practicing to be an American. But as soon as they get it down, and as soon as they get the accent down, they don't never be Russian again. And they ain't trying to necessarily marry no Russian woman. They trying to marry any white lady they like that they fall in love with. They not trying to date nobody they just trying to date white. That's a fact. White males, immigrants, is not trying to date their country. They just trying to date any fine white woman that's going to be a good wife and raise some children. If she's going to be a good wife, raise some children, he can go get some money, build a nice home, it's up. It's up. My white friends, they family is like mostly Irish and regular white Americans. They wife from Poland and shit. His parents is Irish, some German, and regular white Americans. Been white Americans a long time, so he don't even know what they is. His wife straight from Poland. He turned her into a white American. He give her babies, and them babies be white Americans. My boy, his wife is Polish. She still speak with a Polish accent. He got 2 sons. Let me ask y'all a question. My white friend that married him, he's a white American. He married a Polish lady straight from Poland. They got 2 sons. Are them sons Polish? Do them sons act Polish at all? Put it in the chat. Do his sons, by the Polish lady, do they act Polish at all? Put it in the chat. What y'all think? Firstborn generation, mama from Poland. Do her sons act Polish at all? That chat, let me see some reaction on it in the chat. This is the difference between them and the Haitians and all them. I'm giving y'all real game. Do they got a Polish flag anywhere in the house? Anywhere. If you see him and his wife, will you ever know she a Polish? Put the answer to these questions in the chat. Can you walk up on her and her sons and know they Polish? Do they act like Polish or white American? Boy, they white Americans. Boy, they not doing Polish nothing. They Americans. They ain't left Poland to be Polish. They don't give a damn about Poland. They own some opportunity here. This is how they function. Man, we came in for opportunity. We love America. We do not love nothing we had to leave. That's why the Mexicans don't get along in California. Because the Mexicans that left California when I got there in the late 70s and during the 80s, they Americans. They don't like the Mexicans, the new Mexicans that's coming and still Mexican. They don't like them. You know, it's a big divide in LA. The Mexicans that came in the 80s, they is Americans. They don't do no Mexican nothing. They don't deal with no they not Mexicans. The ones that been coming over in the late 2000s, these 2000s, they still want to be Mexicans. So the Mexicans that been here, they don't like them. They're like, why y'all come up here trying to be Mexicans? Why y'all leave Mexico to be Mexicans? They'd be like, we left Mexico to get away from Mexico. Why is y'all bringing Mexico behind us? Most people, when they leave somewhere, that's why they left. They don't want to have nothing to do with what they left. Why would you flee Haiti and come here and and do Haitian stuff? That don't even make no sense. You bring the Jamaicans was notorious for this. You flee Jamaica, and then you come here. You don't want to speak no English. Bombaclad mon this and mon that and that and this and that and that and this. But you fled Jamaica to come up here and be Jamaican in the 70s. By the time you got to 95, wasn't a Jamaican nowhere. They deported all of them. One of my boys, he passed away down there. Rest in peace to Chucky. But I can call it Jamaica right now. They got kicked the hell out of here. Great producer, could play the drums, keyboard, and could make a fortune. That fool came here and stayed a damn Jamaican. Don't you know if I came in from Jamaica, I'd be talking just like this? Boy, I wouldn't be talking no thing like this or none of that, boy. I'd be talking just like this. Boy, I'm in America. I need some American money. Boy, if me want to talk like this, boy, me I stay out Jamaica, you know. You know, if me want to talk Jamaican, me I stay Jamaica. You know, if you want to talk Haitian, you want to have the Haitian flag, boy, you crazy? Is you crazy? Now watch. It's July, August, September, October. By October, you won't see a Haitian flag nowhere. You know why? They're gonna deport them, and the rest of them gonna take. No, man, don't show the Haitian flag. ICE go come. You know what I'm saying? Because if ICE see that Haitian flag, they kicking your door, and they gonna go find out who y'all is. And all this, no, they can't kick us out. That's temporary. Listen, man. To my brothers and sisters that's immigrants, listen to Black America. I see some of you brothers and sisters saying, no, Pharaoh, they're not going to kick all the Haitians out. They're only going to kick out the ones got temporary status. Once you identify yourself as Haiti, as Haitian, in any kind of way, they will go rewrite shit and throw your ass out. Welcome to America. This white man write the law, change the law. He'd be like, okay, if you as Haitian and you ain't been here so long, you got to get out. Stamp. It's over with. Once they stamp it, you like, that ain't fair. This America, boy, they don't do fair. They will throw you Haitians out. You talk about they throw me out. They can't throw us out because they do paperwork and it ain't no paperwork on us. America runs on paperwork. Our paperwork go all the way back to America. So they can't do it with paperwork. But they can look at paperwork and see your mama was from Asia, your daddy from Asia, your granddad. They can be like, listen, man, we denying everybody that came here after 1975. If you wasn't here by 1975, you got to get out. You like, that's not fair. This country ain't named fair. This country named America. Stamp, get him out. Tom, Holman, Mr. Holman, go get him. This is not right. No, this is not right. This is America. The name of this country not named right. It's named America. And why would your black ass come to America and not pull the black ones to the side and say, come here, brother, where you from? Oh, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Haiti. Let me ask you something. How shit go over here? You know what I'm saying? This why, hey, listen, this why the black immigrants is slow. Slow. I don't really respect black immigrants. To me, they slow. There is no way I'll move to Nigeria and don't pull a Nigerian to the side and be like, listen, bro, how shit go here in Nigeria? I'm going to let the Nigerian tell me how things go in Nigeria. I'm not finna go to Nigeria and do no American nothing. I'm going to do what the Nigerians tell me to do. When in Rome, do as what? Do as the Romans. So if I go to Nigeria, I talk like this, I talk like a Nigerian. I'm gonna figure out how Nigerians talk, and I'm gonna talk and walk Nigerian. I am not gonna talk like this in Nigeria. The only way I'm gonna talk like this is if I'm in South Africa and they put me in some type of business. If they put me in some type of business, then I can talk like this. Now people say they cosplay. They ain't even trying to cosplay. They still walk around. How you cosplaying with a Haitian flag? You a horrible cosplayer. Because I hear people say they cosplaying. I'm like, no, they not. They stupid ass still being what they is right in front of everybody. Let me ask y'all a question. If you was a Haitian, and now they talking about throwing out Haitians, and you got a YouTube channel, there's a whole bunch of videos about throwing out Haitians. Let me just ask y'all a serious question. If you was a Haitian, would you click on any of them videos? I'm just asking. Because me, I'm scary. So if I'm a Haitian and y'all got my IP address, I'm not clicking on no Haitian nothing. You know what I'm saying? When they get in political power, they cosplay. Yeah. When they get in political power, they try to act like they us, like the lady. You know what I'm saying? Like the lady, right? But this what I'm saying. This what I'm saying. Because they say she cosplaying. All I'm saying is, what I'm saying, when I say what I said, I'm just saying they playing, but it ain't cos, because this ain't cosplaying. With this head wrap on. Baby girl, I know you think you cosplaying. I get it. I get it. I get it. But baby girl, you ain't doing, my point is, you ain't doing a good job of it. Like I thought cosplaying was really the cosplay. But this don't look like cosplaying. This look like you tripping. Because if you cosplaying, you supposed to be a American. How you still a Somalian? Like how you cosplaying a Black American as a Somalian? So, this is a new movie, Bucky Buck, starring as an American is Bucky Buck, and ignore the fact she still look like a Somali. But you got to pretend she playing American. Baby girl, if you cosplaying, you're fired. I would fire her from the cosplaying academy. Like you get an F. Like if I had a cosplaying school where you could come to my college like a Black immigrant and cosplay, she get an F. She get an F plus. No, she get an F double minus. As a matter of fact, if I had a cosplaying school and she came and I had to give her a grade, I'd have to go to the board of education and be like, we need another grade lower than F. They say, why? Because I got a cosplayer that ain't even cosplaying right. And I want to give her an F, but she worse than that. I need a new lower grade. Like this is lower than an F minus. Baby girl, I know you ain't trying to speak and look like us coming to Congress like that, trying to pretend you not us. Girl, is you crazy? You say you can always tell an African sister by her knees. They got the worst weaves. Oh, by weaves. And I don't even wear weave. Oh, wow. See, the black sister said they can always tell y'all by y'all weave. She says unbelievable. She says unbelievable the way y'all be looking with the weaves. They do got a certain standard because they ain't been over here. You know, they got a certain standard because they ain't been over here. I never really been attractive to black immigrant women. You know, they just was never really, they just never attracted me. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in Hawaii, I was knocking everything back, but I wasn't trying to knock back no African ladies. Now the Brazilian girls, they was cool, and they fine her too. They fine her too. Cause I don't know what's up with Africa. I don't know. All them women, I don't know. I be watching. Sometimes I be strolling. They be showing the African women. They be big as hell. They be talking about they fine. Y'all see the AI African women? How they be? They be real big, and they be trying to highlight them butts and stuff. But they be big though. I'm like, damn, what's going on in Africa? They the diabetic capital of the world, huh? Baby girl, you eating too much. How they don't do a good job. I don't know. I ain't never been attracted to them, but I can tell you this: these politicians then dropped the ball, and a lot of black Democrats are going to lose their jobs. A lot of black Democrats are done. They not going to get elected. Really, in a black city like this, if I was running for office, I run as a Republican. I run as a Republican. I can win as a Republican, but you can't win in Chicago as no Democrat because you didn't let too many people ruin the city. You didn't messed up the city. Chicago finna Chicago finna vote red. I would hate to be a Democrat running in Chicago. And just so happens, you know what makes it so bad is it wouldn't be so bad, but they just so happen to be running behind the stupidest president we ever had. I mean, mayor we ever had. This dude is the dumbest, stupidest mayor Chicago have ever had. I am not lying. Bro is ain't got a clue. You should see his interview. You could tell he just practiced to run and he just had his way stuff to say to run. But once he got in there, he don't know he can't answer no questions or nothing. I never this is the listen, this is the dumbest politician I've ever seen. I'll go that far. I've seen politicians in LA, I've seen politicians in Hawaii, I've seen a lot of politicians in Chicago. This dude is the dumbest, most lost politician I have ever seen in my life. It's like they just found somebody outside and had him run like he don't got a clue. Like seriously, I'm not kidding. Like he don't say nothing make no sense no time. I bet you anything he going to jail. I bet you when he get out of office and they look at his file, he doing all type of illegal stuff. Because they say he got a big old security team on his wife and all of that. Yeah, he way over his head. I swear to God, you ain't lying. He way over his head. And here go the thing. He's so stupid he can't even cater to the damn immigrants. He ain't even doing that right. Man, I swear to God, if he helping the immigrants, they lost. Boy, you too dumb now. Boy, if he ain't the immigrants, helping immigrants, they ain't got a chance here. Because this dude is just, he don't know nothing what he doing. Go watch when they ask him questions. He be looking like a deer in the headlights. He never answer it. It never make no sense. And he be looking lost. I've never seen it before. He's the worst politician I've ever seen in my life. And we had Belandi. We had a bunch of them. We had some that was crooks, but we never had no one that's just yeah, they getting out of serving jail time. But this dude is the worst, the slowest politician I've ever seen in my life. I voted for this dude. Because I didn't want the white dude to win. Which I would have lost either way because the white dude robbed the city before. They had went, I think, to Texas and robbed them and messed up the board of education everywhere he went. So it wasn't like I had no choice when it should have never got down to those two. You say the dumbest mayor ever. To me, he's the dumbest politician ever. I've never seen a city council. I've never seen a secretary of state. I've never seen no politician that dumb. Ever. He is the dumbest politician I've ever seen in my life. He has the worst press conferences. I've never seen none like it. I am not exaggerating. I've never seen a press conference that cringeworthy. Like this dude don't know nothing. He can't even answer a question like a mayor. It's unbelievable. And I say, dang, he just won with clips.